everybody. Welcome, Arvanauts. Arvanauts, you're not Arvanauts. I mean, you are, I'm sure. You're wonderful people. You are not Arvanauts. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I am busy. I've had a lot of stuff I've had to do. Welcome, Gogledites, Goglings, Goggers, GOG peoples. It's wonderful to see you all. I hope everybody is doing well out there. It is a Tuesday, May 23rd, 2017, and it is 4:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. This is Pen and Pixels, episode 81. I am your host, Arvin Elleron, and this is Torment, Tides of Numenera, that we are going to be playing today. But before I go any further, let me just remind everybody about things that you can do to help out this channel. If you haven't followed GOG.com, please do so, because there's a lot of cool streamers on here that I think you guys will enjoy. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel, because you get awesome emotes, and that's a cool thing. And last but not least, please check us out individually as well. We have individual streamers here, and we all have, individual systems, Patreon systems and things like that, and so it's much appreciated if you're able to support us in that way, and we would love to have you all on board with our individual channels as well. But we want to thank everyone for being here, because I am looking forward to more Torment today. Before I do that, though, I do want to get rid of this and let me turn on that. There we go. Hi everybody, good to see you all. I want to start because I know that GOG has a lot of European viewers, and so I wanted to start just by acknowledging the horrific event that happened last night in Manchester in the UK. I know most of you were aware of the suicide bombing that took the life of, at last count, 19 and injured many, many others. I live in a country which has been impacted, of course, by terror attacks here as well. And of course, most countries besides the United States have experienced even more of terrorist attacks of this kind, even though in the aggregate terrorist attacks are a minority, even though in the aggregate this doesn't happen every day. But it does, when it does happen, it has a powerful impact on us psychologically. And even people who are not themselves directly affected, people who didn't lose loved ones or people who didn't have people that were directly connected to it, even in those situations and circumstances, there's a psychological impact on us over time. And so I wanted to note for the record that I think the only way to respond to acts of hatred ultimately is acts of love. And I think that one of those acts of love involves kind of what we're doing here, if you'll allow me to get corny for a minute, because I've always believed that community and communication are the fundamental bridges beyond hate. They are not perfect bridges. They don't work 100% of the time, but they work much better than when we try to do everything ourselves and try to cross that chasm of hate, on our own. It's not easy to do that, but we can build bridges together. And so I wanted to say that my thoughts and prayers, of course, are with the people in Manchester. I hope that none of you were affected directly, but if you are, I am so sorry to hear it. And for all of us psychologically, I would ask that we all be as gentle to each other as we possibly can and continue to work together in community, because that is the only way that we'll be able to get through these things. It's 22 diseased and 59 injured, yeah. So I did want to highlight that, and I wanted to just take just a couple of seconds of silence to acknowledge those who have been lost and hurt by this. Okay, again, I'm very sorry to hear about this, and I saw people mentioning, yes, Chris Cornell and Roger Moore, but of course that's terrible too. Both of those for different reasons. Roger Moore from cancer, and Chris Cornell from suicide. Quick note about the suicide: Chris Cornell, of course, is not the first musician. He's one of many that have taken their own lives, and of course one of many people that have taken their own lives. And it's that too is very sad, and I would hope that people again would reach out for members of the community if they ever feel like that experience is coming close to them. As far as Roger Moore's thing is concerned, I do want to say that on the cancer situation, it's an interesting experience. When I saw that, I kind of shook my head because, as many of you know, I have my charity event coming up this weekend called ARVCon. This is the third year that we're running it, and we have run it to benefit the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. This is personal to me. I lost my mother to breast cancer 7 years ago now, over 7 years ago, actually. I have lost several dogs to cancer. Friends have been impacted by it, and of course, I am not alone. Numerous friends, family members, people that you know, near and dear to your heart, have lost people to this dreaded disease. And so a couple of years ago, I wanted to do something, and ARVCon has been an attempt to do that. 2 years ago, we raised $500 for Damon Runyon. Last year, we raised over $1,200, and this year we're aiming for $2,000. We have a lot of major events coming up. Friday night is when it gets started with Tall Heights, which is a folk duo which has appeared on Conan, the Conan O'Brien show, and is on Sony Masterworks and has done a bunch of other stuff. Then the Our Vocalist, my voice acting team, will be doing a couple of radio plays, Sherlock Holmes and the Maltese Falcon. Then the following day, I'll be doing a marathon session of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Then there will be 2 musical guests, including GOG's own Chrono Wolf, who will be performing, and Jordan Indiana Gonzalez is a really cool streamer and a good professional musician and performer. He'll be performing for us. And then Saturday night will be an exclusive Open Legend event. This is the new RPG system, Open Legend. It will be DM'd by Ryan Shaples from Hyper RPG, and we'll have a lot of luminaries and notables, comedians, actors, game designers, people from all across these here interwebs. That'll be a fun time as well, including the creator of Open Legend, Brian Feister, by the way. And then on Sunday, I will have a marathon session of my D&D campaign that I run on my channel from 12 to 8 Eastern, and that will be starring the Infinity and Beyond crew, all in the interest of raising money again for Damon Runyon. So I hope that you guys will be able to make that if you can. And again, it was the kind of thing where when I saw what had happened to Roger Moore, who was always my favorite James Bond, I have to say, when I found that, I kind of was like, it's just another example of why there is so much work left to be done. And of course, it's not just cancer, many other things. There are many causes that we have, but we can walk and chew gum at the same time. And I think that this is an example of doing something positive. And again, relating to what I said earlier about the situation in Manchester, this is also a community coming together to support a cause that is greater than all of us. And so I hope people will think about it in those terms. So, with all that said, now it is time to have some game fun. And now it's time. But I think it's important that sometimes you have to acknowledge the realities of the world, too, before you move into the fun that games actually exist. So, let's do that. We are here to play some games, and so we're going to go over and continue with my playthrough of Torment. Let's do it. Did I install the latest TTON update? No. Shoot. No, I didn't, but, well. Alright, hang on. No, I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it afterwards. I forgot, actually, but I'll make a note to myself. I will have it ready for next week. Install. Updates. Done. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Disculty. I have now noted it, so I will do that for next time. Hey, what's up, Izzy's? Okay, let's do it. Oh, that's right. I remember I had just finished this, I believe. I had just finished this, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Man, I totally remember that now. Okay. What have we got? We've got On the Builder's Trail. Mazov, a talented builder and artificer. Mil Avast, a refuge of sort for my cast-off siblings. Okay. Then we've got Ashen Imitation. I need to find more of those. I haven't found any of those initially. Dendro Her. Okay, so I got to go back and deal with Dendro Her. I gotta do that. Eyes of the Adversary. I never did anything with that. The Foreman's Brood. Right. Okay. And then we've got the Airship Thief, which I can't do yet, and the Anechoic Lazaret. Okay. So we've got some stuff. You're originally from there. Oh, really, Izzy's? Oh, man, Izzy's. I hope that it didn't affect... I hope that this didn't have an impact on you directly, but... Slick Nano brandishes a silver tongue, although my dominant goals are blue and gold. Okay. So... all those quests. Okay, deep reserves of power in my mind and body. Sorrow's influence is expurgated. Lovely. Alright, so I've got to get back to... I want to get back to the Dendro Her Chapel then.
Go.
The machine projects a looping holographic scene. As you study it, the girl they mentioned was from your high school? Oh my goodness. Did you see you knew this person? You briefly feel it probe your mind, then an onrushing wave of artificial nostalgia as it summons memories. You have been walking under the wasted sun for what feels like days. The sun does not move on the horizon, and its incessant heat has scoured the plane of life. Your water is running low, and you are seriously considering abandoning this body. And then you see shapes shimmering on the horizon. You release an eye catcher. It will tell you if this is a mirage or a destination. It shoots into the sky, vanishing from sight. It returns with good news. You've discovered an oasis of sorts. You trudge onwardly, bitterly wishing for better boots. When at last you reach the rude collection of wattle and daub huts, primitive humans gathering around you, beseeching you in a strange tongue. They offer you some of their precious remaining water, and you settle down to learn the basics of their language. After a day, you know enough to understand the depth of their plight. They say the lurker in the cave has stolen the sun's momentum. They beg for your aid. Yeah, thanks, Discalti. It's funny. Yeah, I was just thinking. I'm like, what did I want to do? Yeah, interact the tags. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Discalti. Discalti is like my built-in memory. He's my built-in chat memory of things, because he's watched all of these playthroughs, all of these sessions. After a fitful nap, you begin the perilous climb to the cave. Inside, a lost-forgotten installation houses a trapped construct. It speaks through the scree of a fallen ceiling, and it tells you that it has demanded the autochtons clear the rubble. When they refused to dig it free so that it would return to its work, it sealed the plane inside a time bubble. They will come to reason, it concludes. You don't have time for this. The construct's needs are paltry compared to the need for water. You concentrate, marshalling your power as the tides you've been researching. You imagine them as a blade, and you hurl them against the construct's circuitry. The machine struggles, throwing up defenses against you, but it is no match for this new energy. It fizzles and dies, and you feel a wrench as time lurches back into motion. You look at your hands. The flesh hangs loose on your suddenly skeletal frame, a steep price to protect these villagers.
Ready. I'm going.
I'm going.
All right.
All right. As I recall, I just beat these things. Not by much. Okay.
All right.
Images flicker in the air projected from this machine, reliving the same scene over and over again. As you study the device, you feel it reaching into your mind, pulling memories to the surface. Okay, where we take you? You are watching a display cast through crystal prisms. The images and the colors are a jagged rainbow, just as they have been in every previous iteration of this machine, when they should be a single glowing picture, at least if this device is to function as intended. You hiss through your teeth in frustration. How many years must you waste into trying to align these energies? Is the effort fruitless? Turn it off, you snarl. Your apprentice pays you no heed. A moment longer, he murmurs. Just a moment. He's kneeling before the control panel and he reaches in to make a slight adjustment. Above him, the images and the colors align. He sits back on his haunches, an enormous grin wreathing his face. I knew it, he laughs. I could hear it whispering to me. It's like it wants to be done. This is my masterpiece. Now what's the next step? You're not sure if your cast-off prodigy is talking to you or the machine. You stare at the back of his head. He's undeniably gifted. In certain aspects, you have to admit he even surpasses you. This is, after all, part of why you constructed his body the way you did. But now that he's achieved this, do you dare to let him return to the world? He knows your deepest secret now and holds your future in his hands. But you feel a certain affection for him. To kill him would be poor thanks indeed. Instead, you speak. I speak like this. Mazov, you whisper. He turns around, and the instant he makes eye contact, the full force of your psychic power crashes through his meager defenses. You insinuate yourself into his memories and erase the details of this last year of work. It's a crude tool, a bludgeon, but you tell yourself that it's kinder than destroying him. You almost believe it. Damn.
Yes. Ready. Let's go.
Let's go. She no longer functions. Okay.
All right.
Here. Oh, so I already did one of the memories. That's right. Okay.
I'm ready.
Really interesting that this was the thing they used for the demonstration, for the demo or whatever, and
I'm going.
and not for this, not for, and this shows up much later in the actual game. A low aromatic fog surrounds this device, and every whiff of the vapor conjures up a memory from deep within you. Memories come. The cheering throng that spreads before you across Government Square has a voice like thunder, rolling and booming through the city. The people in it are victims, survivors, victors, and the last of their enemies kneels before you on the broad steps. You hold your hands aloft for silence. The thunder subsides to a low murmur and becomes a quiet, hungry wait. They want to see vengeance, and so do you. Oh, the ache is so strong. Augusti Telkotu, you proclaim. Orphan Maker. Hope Smasher. The crowd seethes at his titles. Today is the day of your judgment, you roar. Today is the day the Tabat pay in full for the crimes against our citizens, against humanity everywhere. Today sees an end at last to the Tabat. The crowd erupts in frenzied joy. You lean forward and whisper in his ears. You have two choices, a quick death or an immortality for which you sacrifice your ambition and your freedom. The Tabat stares at you with strange eyes wide. Why? Because one choice will end your subjugation, here, now, cleanly. The other will give you immortality, but by imprisoning you in time. But consider, one day I might die, and on that day you'll still be here. I am giving you a gift if you can master it, a victory, but only if you can learn the deadly art of patience. The Tabat scowls, sensing some trick. You touch him with your mind to shove him over the edge of desire. He winces as the ripple of your psyche washes over him. He rumbles, "Death holds no fear, but I will tell the future how I bested you." You smile as you turn away, signaling for the machines that will enslave him to your will. Then you pause. He was a notable foe. Perhaps he deserved better than to be a permanent marker to your triumph. You owed him the right to make his own choices, you think. Then you remember the faces of the sickened and dying. You inject him yourself. I don't know, Descalti. I just remember it being part of the initial demo thing, or initial, like, version that existed.
Go. All right.
I did this one already, right?
On it.
Okay.
Go.
As you inspect this device, you feel it rifling through your mind. What's up, Trendane? Bringing up a blur of unbidden images. One of them in particular demands your attention, tugging insistently at a buried memory. You enter the tavern and every face turns to you. The warm susurrus of conversation, that's a good word, trails off. They know you and they know what you've come here for. The Aldea of Thal supports the nearby clave, and the locals keep a chary eye on the Aeon priests. They know the dangers of the Numenera, the scientists on Earth, and, given their proximity to the endless battle, they know what your tattoo means. You hear the sharp whisper, "Cast off, scum." You don't give him the satisfaction of looking. But you can feel the tension in the room as you make your way up to the bar. The tavern keeper won't meet your eye. You know what comes next. You sigh and turn to face the room. A large, burly woman stands in front of you. "You're not welcome here, cast-off. Your damn war's a bane. We'll have no cast-offs here, not anymore. Get out, or by the gods will make you wish you had." You feel energies building and swirling within you. Your smile is savage as you weave a net of the tides. You have no idea who you're talking to. I am no cast-off. I am their creator. I am the author of the endless battle. I am the changing god, and you will revere me. You hold your hands wide and the tides spill from you. Half the villagers fall to their knees, weeping as your will twists their hatred into adoration. The burly woman yanks a knife from her belt. "You'll not take my mind, monster!" Her neighbors fall on her before she can take another step, knives flashing. Her life spills across the floor around your feet. You step through it, trailing bloody footprints to the door, and you're not sure if the disgust you feel is for the dead woman or for yourself. Well, damn.
I'm going.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. Look remarkably at the resonance chamber. This laboratory must have been constructed from memories of your sire's first experiments with it. Okay. So, yeah, let's get
ready.
out. You did it! This whole place feels, I don't know, brighter now. But don't get cocky. Sorrow can still kill you well and good in the real world. Find Mazov before that happens. Well, it's your mind. Okay.
Fine. Ready.
Ready.
Thank you.
Death. The stink of it, of dried blood and rotting flesh, fills your nostrils. This is your first clue that you are somehow still alive. The second is the glow of candlelight, warm on your eyelids. That's right. All this was happening while I was in my mind because I had been killed by these guys. And the icy stone beneath your back. Slippers scuff the ground near your head. "Ah," says an elderly man. "Our mysterious visitor is alive after all. I am glad we waited to feast. Though you were quite dead when we found you. Open your eyes, child." He would have been quite an interesting specimen, but not dead. No, not dead. Despite the glare of the dim candles, which seem at least momentarily as bright as sunlight, you see a cluster of robed figures. Only Imbitu remains where he was, clasping his hands together with unfiltered delight, his teeth brown and jagged. "I knew that you were special. So many eyes have settled on that face, moving through the crowds, chin high and proud, sunlight kissing that wonderful tattoo." "I'm afraid I must ask you for a simply unthinkable favor. You may have suspected that we were going to eat you. This is somewhat true, but only so that the wonders of your life would not be lost. And now that we know you cannot die, well, would you do us the honor of letting us eat you? Just a little bit? If you do, we will share some of our deepest mysteries and yours with you. And we'll pay you, of course." Oh my god. What is this just a little bit? You taking a finger? Normally, I'd be like, I'd rather not be eaten. I'd be like, get away from me, you bizarre. But in this world, let's share knowledge. Rin claps her hands over her eyes. Imbitu and his followers lean over you in well-orchestrated unison, cutting slits in your flesh. Hoses dangle from their wrists leading into their suits. They snake seemingly of their own accord into your incisions. For a moment, nothing happens. Then you hear a faint whirring as spinning blades grind your organs and suck the pulp up through the hoses. Someone is screaming, and you have a fairly good idea who. Eventually, mercifully, you die. Permanently lost 2 health pool. That better be, there better been worth it, man. After an indefinite amount of time, you open your eyes. Imbitu sits beside you reading a book. Ah, he says, setting it down. Welcome back. What an exquisite experience that was, though I'm certain you don't need to hear about it while you're waking up. At any rate, I took the liberty of adding a token of our gratitude to your belongings. Do come speak to me whenever you're ready to discuss what we learned from our little feast. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. Let's see. When hit with a melee attack, deals 1 relativistic, ignores resistance damage, converts bleeding to attacker. This charm was given to you by Imbitu in gratitude for letting the Dendra O'Hur consume you. It's shaped like a sprig, but it's made of bone fragments and viscera that were harvested from your body. While discussing it, displays a level of loving craftsmanship. Is that a finger? Oh my god. The ornament has been imbued with mystic properties known only to the Dendra O'Hur and acts as a ward against attacks. Now, if you happen to have another semi-fatal accident, rest assured that we will bear you back to our chapel as tenderly as a bag of baby birds. And you have my word that we won't take so much as a nibble without your permission. Where's my viscera spring at? Yeah, man. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to ask him about those things. Oh, I'm almost leveled up. Okay. I'm going to do that for sure. What'd you find out about me, Rosef? Like how your spleen tastes. Ah, restless corpse. Such a curiosity you are. More questions about the trouble going on in the underbelly. Never mind about that. Okay. What did you learn from eating my flesh? Quite a bit. Too much, in fact. Your immortal flesh proves slightly too rich for some of my children. I have quite a bit more experience and fortitude than them, however. For me, it is merely overwhelming rather than explosive. I shall endeavor to tell you what I have learned, but I fear it may not be as clear as you would hope. It always takes a while to digest the information contained in just one life. Your body contained countless wonders. Will be decades absorbing them all. In other words, my interpretation may sound somewhat unfinished, unclear, mystical. But I would happily share these visions with you. Merely ask. Okay, share a vision with you. Of course. He hates the bed, this prison that holds her. He swears words in tearful haste and wears them like jewels in a crown for centuries, even long after they have lost their luster and their purpose. Didn't hear a word of it, but it felt fascinating. I hope it was helpful, and do come back if you want to hear more. Yes, I do. More. He regrets the first one he leaves behind. The next, less so. Soon they are falling like leaves to be crunched underfoot, and by then he has begun telling himself it is not only necessary, but good. Okay, that's all for now, I'm afraid. Give me another one. Each year brings him closer to his goals. Each year brings her closer to him. Her of the long arms and the bruised blood. Her that loves the tides first and holds dominion over them. Her that hollows, burns, and kills. Her breath is on your neck. The long race is done, and you have lost. Was it of any help? It certainly felt dire. I do hope it wasn't bad news. I'm afraid that the visions get rather more fragmented from here. All right, lay it on me. Doors. 3 doors. All of them belong to your greatest enemies. Oh, boy. More visions! Gather the ones he scattered. Gather the seeds and the husks. Nice. Do I have to assemble an entire cast-off army to take this guy on? Right. You will never see every level of the labyrinth, and that is good. Alright. Give me some more. That's it. Everything else is a muddle for now. Can you come back in, say, a year or so? Share another vision with me! Okay. Alright. That's great, but... What you want, shoe mate? I have more questions about the murder of Folsom's protege. All right, go on. Did you know Weedle? Heh, yeah, I knew him. Glad to hear he's dead. He was smart and knew it. Always looking down on the rest of us. Always ordering people around with Folsom looking on, smiling. But if you're thinking I chopped him, I didn't. I was getting drunk in a corner of the manufactory, wondering what all the screaming was about. Damn uppity lack nibbler. I should have been Folsom's man, not him.
Making a note.
You know who you should ask? Kiyatawa. I saw her hunched over some corpse in an alley all by herself. Doesn't matter what the meat is. People who eat on their own always got something to hide. And Gazee's one to watch too. She ain't like you or me. She's a mutant and not one of the nicer ones. And everyone eats on their own. Everyone's got something to hide. Okay, I already knew that. All right. Hey, what's up, Mr. Lurk? Okay. Takes care of him.
Here I go.
Question all the cultists of the Dendro Hurt Chapel. I can return to Folsom at any time and tell them who I think committed the murders. Mallet says he caught you eating a corpse on your own. Yeah? Maybe Mallet should mind his business. Sure, it's true. I don't like being down here more than I have to, alright? Oh, am I getting the... my webcam has been causing me grief all day. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I think that should be fixed. Yeah, it looks like it's better. Thank you. Sorry. No, it's fine. I think the lip sync thing is better now. But something was going on with the webcam. I don't know what happened with that. So, thank you. No, it's no problem. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Amberzine? Should be back to normal, I think. Test 112. Now it's back in sync. Right.
Updated my journal.
Not too long ago, I found a corpse in an alley near Circus Minor. I didn't see why I should share it with this lot. That's it. No secret, no scandal. And since Mallet thinks he can share my hunting with strangers, maybe you should ask him how many corpses he's found on his own, or if they were actually dead when he found them. Mallet's killed and eaten. I'm sure of it. Probably they all do. Alright. Okay. So hiding something. So I need to go back to Circus Minor. Okay, I need to go to Circus Minor for Kiyatawa. Okay. Circus Minor is what I need. We welcome you back, Tenderling. What did you gain from eating me? Oh, Tenderling. Such sweetness. Flesh like fatty silk, supple muscle, secrets that crunch between the teeth. We could not keep you in. But you are here again. You are whole. Such a miracle. We are working on making a way home. A new portal. If we do, we want to take you with us. Your soft, regrowing flesh can change our world. Gone can be the wars of feasting. Gone can be the cries of hungry tenderlings sucking on jagged bones for marrow. Are there others like you? Anywhere at all? There are many of us. We are happy to hear this. Do us a favor. Tell them we want them to come home with us. We offer an adventure. The softest bed in a warm place. A way to change a world. The chance to be part of a crockpot. Just made that up. Meanwhile, we can search for a way home. Maybe this time. Okay. Questions about the murder. Okay. Alright, then I'm going up to Mallet next. Okay, that doesn't really help me. I already knew that.
Sure.
Alright. So... Okay, so Circus Minor. Alright, so let me check Circus Minor and... New manufactory. Okay. Oh, I can? Alright, well...
All right.
Let me check with Circus Minor, I guess, first. Goodness.
It's a plan.
Right. So, Circus Minor.
I feel like I can take on the world.
Okay.
Ready.
Let's go check out this alibi first.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, the merchants.
Come on,
Let's do that.
Allegern. Let's get moving. Get a little life into that step.
That's something I could do.
All right. That. Okay, not that. What about this? Have you seen any Dendro her in the market lately? Don't think so. They don't come prowling around here much. You might try down by the grassy stair. They get a little more traffic than we do. Take a look, see what we have for sale. We have some stuff. I really hope I don't need these oddities. I guess I can't move it. I'm getting... odd. Okay. Good.
All right, Rin. You can do this.
All right.
Yeah, that's something I could do.
In the shadows cast by the folds of this merchant's cowl, you glimpse hints of verdant chitin and amber mandibles erupting from pale human flesh. Her voluminous robes cannot hide the fact that her movements are off, as if too many joints inhabit too little space. But her voice is a warm, tumbling flood of spoken thoughts and impulses. Fair afternoon to you. Warm, isn't it? Well, not as warm as it could be. This is the warmest minute of the week by a considerable margin. Oh, you have one of those tattoos, too. Anyway, can I interest you in some prime artifacts, dusty relics, Numenera of uncertain origin? Looks like that pale woman. Oh, you're right, Birdie. Not looks. Smells. Let's see. I've never visited the city before. Can you tell me about it? No. I'll do better than that. Tell me anything about this place that worries you and I'll make it better. That's a guarantee. We do love to help, don't we, Rhonda? First. All of it. Take it from me. Everything is worth seeing, even the boring bits. Take your time, talk to everyone you meet, and keep your eyes open. Very dangerous areas I should avoid. Not at all. I heard so many rumors about how the underbelly was ruled by vicious thugs, but when I went down there to make a trade, no one so much as glared at me. Of course, they were probably worried I was going to snip their heads off. But the underbelly is fascinating and worth the risk. Most everywhere is. Anyway, can I get a discount? Why not? I don't normally do this, but you strike me as a kindred spirit. I'm almost never wrong on these things. I'll give you a discount on everything I carry from now until the last star in the sky collapses. Or, you know, one of us dies. Can't do a thing about that. Okay. You appear to be transforming into an insect. I know, isn't it fantastic? I think it might be caused by the intermingling fields of the Numenera I use to organize my thoughts. Or the ones I'm selling. Maybe all of them? You ever know how a variety of ciphers will interact with each other? They are such fun. Someone who wants to become the fly. Tell me about the Numenera you use to organize your thoughts. Oh, it's simple, sort of. I have too many thoughts. If I tried to hold them all in one brain, I'd just stand and drool, you know? So each of these have a slightly different purpose. Which one do you want to hear about? Birdie's pretty simple. If I'm running with a great thought I don't have time to complete, I shunt it into her so I can pick it back up later. She does make everything smell like berries, though. I don't know if I did or not, Desculti. I'm not sure. What about the music box? Jade Box is a tough old lady. If I'm rolling exactly, proud as Jeff Goldblum. If I'm rolling with a more complex line of thinking, I bring her up and she chomps the individual ideas and feeds them back to me. I try to use her as little as possible because she gives me headaches. No, what's the opposite? Head eases? Anyway, they're worse than headaches because you can't go around thinking everything's alright. It's bad for your health. Circular Spring. That's Rhonda. She's a bit scary. I can shunt a bunch of thoughts into her, but she doesn't process them. Just gives them back to me, slightly changed and infinitely better than when they went in. I try not to use her much. It feels like cheating. Can I buy one? I hate to say no, but I've had them since I was little. We're practically family. Well, even family has to leave, so... Alright. No. Near the market, yes. I was closing up shop and only noticed her because she was staggering a little and talking to herself.
Making a note.
Something about circles. That's it. She kept talking about a hollow circle. A red hollow circle. I didn't know that Dendro her got drunk. Interesting. I wonder if that's supposed to lead us off the trail or keep us on the trail. Well, it's her, actually. Tell me, did you ever get your artifact working again? I found what I was looking for, yes. Well, I am glad to hear that. I felt so terrible when I was unable to help you. Is there anything else you wanted? Yeah. Sure you can help me fix something? Quadruple sure. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, it's the most we get, huh? Okay. Zeofi glowers blankly at the sky, his battered fingers sculpt in the air, his lips moving silently. Have you made any progress? None. I need to know who the victim was, what drove him. Without that knowledge, how can I capture him in stone? So you're still at an impasse? Impasse is a kind word. I call it stuck, defeated, useless. I did level up? Oh, one of the others did. Alright. Wonder where did intro her again?
Yes.
You're right, I did. Okay. Wait, this is me, isn't it? No, not Might then. Oh. Oh, really? Oh. I guess I kept thinking about stat points. I should go for skills and abilities next, I guess. Sorry. Okay, that's one's already leveled. And that. And...
I would like to learn something of hiding from you.
Really? Here's a tip then. You need not fear the dark if you are the monster in it.
He doesn't want to learn anymore.
Okay. Yeah, next time. Try to remind me.
Sure.
Okay. Talk about the woman that I was here looking for in the first place.
All right, Rin, you can do this.
Okay. Oh, alright, talk to you.
Of course.
I'm ready.
Oh, let's see. All right. Question the cultist there. I guess it's either Mallet or Kiyatawa. Okay. Where is the manufactory? Oh, the manufactory's downstairs, isn't it? replace the rocket engines. Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
handle
yeah,
it.
yeah. I shall check that then. Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Now.
So let's get up to that manufactory. Find out what they have to say.
I'm going.
Oh, I'm getting summoned. Quick, sorry guys, quick break here. I'm getting summoned for dad duty. So I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Apologies. Had to address the needs of my son. I am back. Okay, manufactory. I am trying to find out whether or not Mallet's alibi. I hope this isn't one of those deals where any one of them could be right.
Yeah, that's something I could do.
It's just what you choose to accuse that becomes the right person regardless. But we'll see. Okay. Didn't know about that. You're back. We don't train novices here. Why are you here? What do you want? Out with it. There is a specific right person? Oh, okay, cool. Hi, Fire Snake. What's up? Hey, Blorp. Have you seen any Dendro her in the manufactory lately? What does that have to do with anything? Am I supposed to take stock of every human that stumbles aimlessly across my floor? Yes. I did see one, as a matter of fact. A large male was lounging under one of the pipes, drinking and slobbering on himself. Then, he slept right through all that shrieking about a murder. Barely even woke up to vomit on himself. Oh, really? Well, that means it's not Mallet, it's Kiyotama. Unless, I suppose, well... Or it's the mutant, I guess. Okay, it's definitely Kiyotama. Yes. It's probably Kiyotama, then. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Alrighty, so... Let's go back to Folsom.
Or is it the other way? I feel like I can take on the world.
You heard anything about the murders down here? Murders? What murders? No one tells me anything. One of the drawbacks of being a drifter, I suppose. No one thinks to keep you informed. Of course, in a place like this, people don't generally talk to each other much anyway. Well, great. So, no info from him. So, it's not Mallet, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, I think it's Kiyotama, but we'll see.
Doing it now.
Let's find out. Let's see. Imbatu says he was with you when the first murder occurred. Is this true? Yes. Do you have any new insights on the killer's motives? This murder, okay. Discovered the children of the Endless Gate may be involved in Weedle's murder. Interesting. Imbatu told me the group had been crushed long ago. I would count it as a favor if you continued your investigation. Speak with the Imbatu and his acolytes. Tell me if you believe one of them is responsible. Imbatu called the sect an infection once. Perhaps they have relapsed. I know who the murderer is. Do you? Tell me. The young woman,
Updated my
Kiyotama.
journal.
Interesting. A quiet woman, somewhat fragile. I have sensed instability in her, but not the aptitude for violence. I'll be interested to learn what my people can extract from her. Kiyotama was already gone. She must have suspected you were close to proving her guilt. At least she has fled, and I doubt she'll return. If you ever see her again, feel free to do the same thing to her that she did to my people. Farewell, Godling.
Yes.
I'll find Kiyotama, I promise you. But the dead will remain dead. Okay. So I got a reward? What was the reward? Okay. I'm still worried that it might have been the mutant.
Ready.
Still kind of concerned, quite frankly. I'm going to go back to the Dendro Her Chapel just quickly and check.
All right.
Not 100% certain. Oh, is it just shins? Okay.
So, kill anyone special today?
Here we go then.
It was Kiyotama. She fled just before Filsum's enforcers arrived. I should have known. I wish I'd known. She tasted of fear and sorrow, but never rage. Never that kind of hunger. Oh, so it was her. How do you think Kiyatawa discovered the Endless Gate? We were so proud. We chased the children of the Endless Gate from Sagus, never considering that they might bear a grudge, that they might return. There is a sickness in them, a contagious one. I can only imagine that one of them returned to Sagus Cliffs and died here, perhaps on purpose. Kiyatawa discovered the corpse, devoured it, and heard the song that spills from the Endless Gate. Okay, share another vision. Alright. Alrighty. Mallet. Huh. You should have seen Kiyatawa running out here just before Folsom's people came. Thought she was so clever. Better than the rest of us. But she wasn't smarter than you, yeah? Why'd you join the Dendro Her? Okay, right.
One moment, and it's done.
And you say? We welcome you back, tenderling. Okay, mind. And Devour of Wrongs. Okay. Alright, so I think I got it right.
We can help. Right, all?
Okay, that's good. I'm glad, because I was not 100% sure about, I wasn't sure about that. To restore your stat pools, by the way, is that I don't actually remember because you don't do it very much. Is that just through objects, or does resting do it? Is there a way to rest in this game? Because I've done it very little, if I have even done it. Okay, we still got Ashen Invitation. Eyes of the Adversary. Okay, so I need to look in Fifth Eye. Still know what to do about that. The Order of Truth. Oh, that's right. Alright, so I should go to the Order of Truth. So, Eyes of the Adversary, and then Order of Truth, I think is what we're looking at. Oh, okay. Houses near the surgical parlor. Should check that. The motel and the caravanserai can be used for resting? Okay.
Yeah, that's something I could do.
Thanks, Disculting.
Fine.
That's right. For a few shins. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Right. Spider. Cliff's Edge. Now let's hit up the Cliff's Edge, shall we?
Doing it now.
Doing it now. It's quite a large crossbow. I just want to point out that is on that person's back.
I'll handle it.
Good. Oh, there's a brief rest ability? I did not know that, really. For the quick one. Oh. Yeah, it might actually be helpful, X5. Because I feel like I want to rest at some point here. Because I don't think I've done it. I don't think I've done it, so... Not in this game? Okay. That's the loss of self. This dude.
Why are you always scowling? You look like someone's about to hit you.
That'd be a good way to describe most of my life, as someone about to hit me.
I'm so sorry. This world is awful to everyone, I guess. I feel bad for you.
Thank you, Rin. If only the world felt the same way.
Let's see. So, not that one. I know about that. House was near the surgical parlor. Okay. Yeah, I want to do both of those things. Yep, exactly right, Disculty. That was my plan. It was included the game was removed later on. Interesting.
All right.
Of course.
Near the surgical parlor. There we go. Salty air only partially mutes the cloud of putrid sweetness clinging to this jumble of fallen wood, stone, and iron. Until recently, this was someone's home, but the unstable ground must have caused it to collapse. Search for clues. You shift aside broken pieces of furniture and small pieces of rubble, but you find nothing of value. After a short while, you realize what has happened. Someone has already picked through the ruins and taken the more accessible valuables. You stand back, concentrating. Nothing about the pile of stone is familiar, but the view from where the door once stood, a boundless horizon falling into the sea, is.
Making a note.
This appears to be the house where the cast-off once lived, but either he left no clue of his identity, or they were taken by the scavengers. It might be helpful to ask around the area and see if someone spotted someone looting this house. Let's do this first of all. Okay. The smell intensifies as you heave aside a slab of ceiling. A swarm of startled insects spins away into the sky, revealing the body of a young woman torn and crushed. An invisible hand rips the air from your chest and the strength from your legs. You fall, feeling a presence close around you, a heat on your back. Who's there? The words are a whisper. You can barely breathe now and the heat fills you like a fever. Suddenly a cool hand covers your burning eyes. A smooth arm folds over your stomach. And just like that, the heat is gone. The heat is gone! Oh, sorry. You whirl around. No one is there, but you sense something has changed in the labyrinth. Reflection is formed. What? Communicate with the shadowy reflection that has appeared in the labyrinth. Interesting. Alright.
All right.
Damn it. Fingers of wind rake at your face. You squint into the sunlight, trying to remember. You've stood here before, you know you have. Letting your thoughts untangle, the skyline tilts and you stagger as the memory engulfs you. You grip the edge of the Grood banister, grimacing at the sea. The calm of the scene no longer touches you as it once did. Nor, you realize, does this body. You smile at your own impatience. Your restlessness must rival the ocean itself.
Updated my journal.
A gust of salty air bears the memory away in ribbons, leaving your mind aching and dry atop the ruins of the house. There is little doubt now. The changing god and the cast-off killed by the sorrow once lived here. Okay. Anything else of interest? Picked clean. Okay. So, I gotta get back into my own mind. Alright, so I'll do that in a second. But first, we're gonna go take care of this Eyes of the Adversary thing.
I'm there, in the shadows.
Oops.
Fine.
Intoxicated woman.
It's a plan.
Even the drunk people in this world talk like philosophy students. Hey. Yes, my boy. Okay. So you want me to... So that means... Oh, right. Because he just... I know that's what it normally would be. Alright, well, because that's... You just suggested it.
Can you tell me stories about your childhood, Maddie?
It's Matkina. And let me answer that with a question.
It's my apparently weekly appearance of my son, who likes to show up quite a bit on this channel. What do you think? What do you want to say in the mic? You want to say hello in the mic? You want to say hi there? Like the head. What? No? It's your own social baby time. Yeah, I know. He's just like, he gets very excited. Oh, no. Okay. Woo! Take away from sources of temptation. He's like, that was fun. Ha! Big smile. Hey, what's up, pal driver? Okay. It might or might not be crucial to have a word with the bartender. Yeah, well, I kind of felt like I would have to talk to the bartender again anyway, so. I shall pass that along, Trending. Trending also said hi. Okay. You know the truth now, but this is not Feriak. Feriak is as we remember him. Dharma said you're blind. What does that mean? I used to be the spotter for this gang. Means I could sense the presence of the adversaries, build an attractive playground for them, and draw them after me. The last one I faced, though, it burned me out. It put out my eyes. It burned me out. It put out my... Aw. That's very true. I appreciate that, X5, and that's very true. I could drink. Okay. Oh my gosh. Worst comes to worst, I go into my own mind. Drink carefully. Don't overdo... But you've already quaffed it. It is thick and flavorless, but its effects are fast-acting. Your muscles seize, including your heart. Death snatches you so abruptly you hardly notice the transition. That's fine. I need to get into my labyrinth anyway.
Can't die.
It's just a quick passage back into my mind. You tried to play this game? What's up, Coyote? Hey, what's up, Spectre?
Yes. Now.
Aha. What have we there? You were an empty reflection. What's up? A woman-shaped hole in the air stands before you, her palms outstretched, and you sense something different. A smell, if emotions could smell. It is sharp confusion and a sense of displacement. Somehow, this woman shade knows she does not belong here in your mind.
I'll remember that.
Oh, a reflection from a different cast-off, isn't it? She's lost something. Something out in the world that she misplaced, or was taken from her. If you want to draw her here, you'll have to find it. Who are you? The woman-shaped void does not respond in any way. The tides within you, however, do. You feel them uncoiling from you, reaching into the gap for whatever is lost within. Perhaps you can use them to pull the woman into being. I wouldn't. I mean, it will probably work, but there's no telling what would happen. Just off the top of my head, it might give you the worst headache you've ever had, but it would probably be worse than that. You beat this game last week nonstop? Nice. You hear me? You fancy you hear your words echoing in the dark, hollow space within the woman-shaped outline, and someone very distantly calling back. Okay. I don't think she can hear you. For that matter, I don't think it's even a she right now. She's more of a placeholder than a person, an arrow pointing somewhere else in the labyrinth. You'll need to find out what she's missing before you can bring her forward, and you won't find it here, I think. Hello? Okay, nothing. What is it that you want? Another outline, a box or cube-like shape. I'm really tempted to use Tidal Surge. gonna give it a shot.
I'll remember that.
You plunge your mind into the frozen void before you, looking for the source of this reflection. There, a star shines in a cold, crumbling bastion far along the forgotten borders of the labyrinth. Without thinking, you tangle your thoughts around it, her, and pull her back into your mind. The woman hurtles out of the icy dark, eyes wide and bloodshot, filling the outline until the outline is her. She stumbles into your labyrinth, wincing, hugging herself. Oh, you did it anyway. Okay, I'll give you two some room to talk. Hurts. Are you alright? You tore me loose. Can't be here. No link. The air hurts. Eats. Tell me about your cast. I need to know about your father, the cast-off. Orcelio. Cast-off.
I'll remember that.
I was hearing voices, telling me to be someone else. He found me, helped me. Then, one day, the house fell on me. He wanted to die.
Making a note.
She falls silent, but you didn't need to be told what happened next. You've seen the statue, after all. It was grief that drove Orcelio to seek death in the sorrow's arms. Dark red blood seeps through the young woman's clothes, and she reaches out for you. Blisters rise in her forearms in a stippled flood. I have everything I need. How do I send you back? In response, she gurgles as great bloody rifts split her arms, bite through her shoulders, and cut her throat. Her eyes bulge and burst. Orcelio's daughter falls apart in a mangled jumble of limbs. I didn't know that was gonna happen. What the hell good did that even do me? God. No, I quick saved it before I talked to her. I can't in good conscience go along with something where I literally murder, even if it's her reflection. I can't do that.
I'm going.
The problem is I have no idea what cube she's talking about, and
Yes. Now.
I don't know how I'm going to figure out what that cube is. At least I got 3 experience points. I'll have to save the sculptor quest for later when I can figure out how to do this without killing her. It's a shame, though.
You're up. Finally.
More talking, yeah. You're alive? I mean, of course you're alive. Welcome back. What can I do for you?
I'm going.
More talking. Okay, let's see. One of these is the adversary.
All right.
Let's go all. You and me.
I don't feel like I'm any closer to figuring out who the adversary is than I was before.
All right.
So none of them are the adversary. Like, nope, that's not the adversary. That's not the adversary.
Like a whisper.
You bet.
Pumping fluids. No, no, I don't want to know how.
Right.
I don't want to know how. I don't want to know how. Not yet. Yeah, I don't want to know how yet.
Go.
Done.
But the
Trust
thing
and
is, I
honesty
didn't
are
have
our
any. I didn't
bonds.
do anything with the bartender just then that made me feel like I understood. Like, he didn't say anything that tied into the adversary business. You know, it wasn't like I had anything and then something shifted. I don't.
Here we go.
Let's see.
then.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow burn. Wait.
Fine.
Let me touch Dama first. Dama, chameleon. She's of the bloom. Okay. Or he. Okay, so that can't
Doing
be
it
it. So I
now.
guess I go back to the bartender. Man. Oh my
If
God!
you're sure
What?
it's safe.
On my way.
Hello? If he literally breaks free as I reload. That's great. That's great. Literally breaks free. Alright. Anyway. Okay. So I got this place again. Talk about psychic powers again. Like a drink. Talk about the chancy drinks again. Let's try the black ichor. I tasted this stuff once. I don't remember much about the time afterward, but I was raving about holes in reality. Well, here's your drink. Drink fast is my advice. You put the word to deed. The taste is not unpleasant, though the texture is horrifying. Unbidden, you think of soft flesh rotting under a jungle sun. Nothing happens. At least not right away. Just as you begin to doubt the ichor's efficacy, you feel the earth shift slightly. The walls shiver and begin to shake. Their surfaces look as if they're slowly melting. You feel the weight of the ceiling and sky forcing you to the floor, and only a great effort of will keeps you standing. Rents begin to appear in the flat surfaces of the bar and the walls. Scabrous tissue rims their edges, and a deathly chorus pipes through in a register almost too high to hear. The world tilts on its axis, and you stagger to the right. Your vision blurs, and the invisible world swims into view, becoming more solid than the world you call home. Oh, so maybe this now, maybe this, I'm in a spot now that will reveal the adversary, maybe?
Doing begets learning, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe. Maybe.
You've got it.
What the? Whoa, what just happened with the... What is... Is that the... What is that?
It's a plan.
Is this the adversary?
like a whisper.
Sure.
But what do how do I do anything? What's up, Mano?
All
With
right.
this guy again. What's up, Mano? How you doing? What?
Yes.
If you're sure it's safe.
But what do I don't understand. Like, what am I doing with that?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, you. This small, unassuming man occupies his space quietly, hands folded in front of him. He does not look at you, but you can feel his regards slip across you and dismiss you as you approach. His attention remains focused on the trio at the nearby table. Everything about him is nondescript, from his light brown skin to his drab clothing. But something about him gives you pause, as if you were approaching the throbbing core of a fallen vessel. When at last he turns his attention on you, you feel his regards settle, like a soft blanket made of metal that is almost oppressive. Yes, ArvCon is this weekend, Mano. Yep, starting on Friday. Melees, he says. That is who I am. His voice sounds distorted, strangely out of sync, as if he were calling to you from a distance. You can't read his thoughts any more than you can read the thoughts of the tables in the bar. Where did you come from? The world has always known me. Look around the corner. Let's get a little bit of echo. I exist on the smallest edge. Close your eyes and shiver. I am the cold in your bones. The arcade is my home. The interest is my mind. Do you know your name means sickness? And do you know the song Get Down with the Sickness? Come on and get down with the sickness. Wow. Do you know your name means sickness? Meaning itself is sickness. Vision, action, movement. This is the only sign of health. The energy that flows in your body. I read it through your skin. I see your actions before your muscles even begin to twitch. The body's secrets are no defense against me. What is sickness compared to this? Webcam is desyncing again. Hold on a sec, guys. Webcam is desyncing, which is frustrating me. Okay, that's better. Can you tell me about yourself? Other than you being creepy? I am a constant. I live, I thrive. When a thought passes in your mind, I rush before it. I hear the pulsing of your thoughts. I am fabric essential. Can you tell me anything more about yourself? I am great at parties. No. Why are you watching those people? They shine, they call, they tempt. What can you tell me about this place? A lodestone, a gathering of energies. Empty meat, a brief morsel, an obstruction, a bone, an ingrown hair, an impediment. This guy's creepy as hell. Farewell. There is no way to fare. Yeah, suck it. All right. Dama, I got what you need. I have another possibility for the adversary. Can you check on it? Absolutely. I hope you're wrong, of course. You see that man there, Melees? He's watching you. What, right there? I see nothing. I feel nothing. Anything there is hidden to me. Ziobi, can you sense anything? Let me see. In the center of her forehead, her skin iris is open, and a third metallic eye protrudes from her, glowing brightly. That's true, Descalti, yeah. It extends from her head on a mechanical segment, emitting a series of rapid flashes that descend through the visible spectrum. At last the eye retracts and her forehead closes. She swallows, and you can feel the fear radiate from her. He's right. It's there on a low pulse, a wavelength far below human
I'll
thought.
remember that.
The adversaries have never done this. I knew they adapted, but by the Black Three, what has it learned? It has been watching us for how long? Ziobi, be ready. Let's confront it together right now. Yes, we will. We're not ready. We'll never be ready. But we can die trying. Hold! No one move! I know you're eager to get it over with, and that you're terrified. Don't think you can hide that, Ziobi. It's not necessary. We're all frightened. Here. Feel. A wave of his fear crashes over you, and your body reacts instinctively, releasing adrenaline. Under the fear is a will of iron, an adamantine determination, and a calm acceptance of whatever comes. All right. Motivation talk. We can do this, but we need to work together. Remember our training and improvise as necessary. Now, let me prepare the killing floor. He closes his eyes, and you can feel reality rippling around you. His strength is undeniable, his mastery certain. Ready in 3, as the world crumbles around you, a new vision takes its place. 2, you feel the push and pull of titanic minds struggling to establish the rules of this shared dream space. 1, and then you sense Dama's control slip for just a moment, and the adversary gains the upper hand. Ah, skist! Attack! Attack now! What? Suddenly load screen? Attack now in a load screen. Whoa. Well, damn it. There's a million melees. Go Team Dharma.
This isn't right.
Oh, critical hit.
This isn't right.
Stop attacking Allegern, jeez. Hey, I get to go. What a concept. All right. Let's see. I need more people, so I'm going to summon this guy right here. Let's get here. You took the wordy route.
Of course we can help. Right, Al?
Okay. Allegern, pleasure for you to join us, sir. think this is a fight that I'm going to need this for, so...
It never seems to run out.
Kaplow! There goes one. Alright.
It's a plan.
Now back off here. Alright. Ow. I would love my transdimensional clone to actually get an attack off, which seems to seldom happen. There we go. Flanked. Didn't actually do anything, you just flanked him. Okay. Don't miss. Words are overrated when you got guns. What's up, Dizzy? How you doing, man? Okay. Innervate. Nice, some healing. You healed my clone. Okay.
Try the black 3.
Dude, Allegren just keeps taking it on the chin. Alright. Get you healed up a little bit, huh?
No idea. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't like it. Let's run there. Okay. Whoops. How about I not drop my mouse to the ground? Alright. Let's see. Oh god, here we go. End of turn. Out of range. What? Oh, this is Rin. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that difficulty. I just thought I just always like to pick things where I work together, basically. Yeah, well, this is not gonna help. Where's that a range? Okay, at least I can flank you.
You and me.
Flanked.
Surrounded. Help!
Okay. Down he goes.
Here
Alright.
we go then.
Good. Yeah, that's interesting, though. I would not have thought to sort of go it alone. My transdimensional clone has been doing work, though.
What was
Ow.
that? I feel terrible.
This is a good spot to go. And I really want this to work.
Taste of death for you. I can barely
Zap.
scratch this thing.
You can barely scratch this thing. What? Ow. Shit, I didn't see to do. Oh, maybe just blinded me or something. That is a messed up group right there. Messed up group. Yeah, but I mean, but I would normally want to look for the non-violent solution most of the time. I thought that Rin had a ranged weapon. Okay. Can I get there?
Let's go.
You have no idea.
Nice.
Thanks.
This is Torment. That I'm playing on screen. Yeah.
Did you? You really like it, huh?
So she see, and that's because you were practicing. Jedi says hi, Senna. Horrible video camera, you said? Alright. Let's see. Oh, this is today. It's a World Turtle Day, guys, by the way. And you saw yesterday? Victoria Day. The rabbit, the flying carrot. So yes, it's World Turtle Day today. Okay. I guess I'll attack this way.
Oh God!
Nice.
Did I just? Learning
See if
to
I can do
get
this
to
for
do it.
flank. Yep.
Or is it the other way?
I'm gonna sucker punch this guy. I prefer not to miss. Wapow. Critical hit. That's what I'm talking about. It's a critical hit.
You got it.
The main man did double damage with it. Alright, good. Happy World Turtle Day. Cowabunga! Exactly. Oh, zap. My main ones are the ones that don't, well, it's these guys, the ones with the blue circles around them. Metkina, that's her. Rin is this one right here. Aligern is here, and then my character is right there. Okay, let's see. No. No, there is not. Right.
I can barely scratch this thing.
Darn it. Ow. Come on, Dama the Bloom. It was. Shot. And they have just been hammering away at Aligern the whole time. Aligern is this guy right there. I don't know. I mean, he is fairly tough, but still. Oh, no. That was going to be not much of an impact. Let's see.
That's strange. I missed.
Not that strange.
Let's go.
Okay.
This isn't doing very much.
I don't actually know exactly. It's not very clear.
Of course
Guess
we
we'll go
can
this
help.
way back and up.
Right, Al?
Yeah, exactly, Coyote. All right. No miss. Alright. Feriok is out. That's good. Compelled. Who? Where? No. I believe so. Okay, let's get there and attack.
You fear me. You know you fear me.
Okay. Yeah, well, the reason is I feel. Oh boy. That was a lot of damage. The reason I wanted to do that is because Allegorn is having some issues. Also, I think he may be the last one. That's why. Yeah, he's the last one. Oh, don't miss. What? Exactly. That would be nice.
Ready.
Ready.
Good. I'm ready.
5%. I need to rest. Oh, I hit him. Wow, I hit him anyway. Your work was remarkable, friend. My thanks. Phased Fettle, Psychic Bleeding Fettle, Protected Fettle, Inspired Fettle. Wow. So that was kind of like a world, like a different place than where we were, like a world below the world. Sort of hard to explain. Is it truly over? I almost can't believe it. No, the cloud is lifted. I can see. The city of Sagus Cliffs. Thank you, Mr. Alaric. That was like with a very low percentage. I didn't think I was going to do it with that shot either. Indeed, perhaps the world owes you a great debt. Pity you won't ever be able to collect on it. It's enough that we know, my friend. Come now, doesn't the day seem brighter already? Wouldn't know. I haven't been outside. You know what I'd like? Another drink. All this celebration I need. Coming right up. You have a tremendous gratitude, friend. It was all in your mind. In your mind, yeah, I guess so. Indeed. I cannot stress the enormity of this enough. We will tell others of your deeds, whether or not you want this. Cheers. Then the party begins. Party begins. Miss Mini Arv. Well, this is Little Arv. Mini Arv is currently downstairs. Yes. Quest completed, and I see some people leveled up here. All right. Now I really do need to go and get resting. Okay. I would like to be able to... No. I'm going to do this. I could use her more as a healer. Cloak of All. All other party members gain 5% on stealth tasks, 5% evasion, 5% esoteric attacks. Alright, resourceful, +1 training in cipher use, or innervate. No, we're going with innervate. For sure. What would I like to increase? Perception, running. I'm going to do that because I want to be able to get to people in the healing. It's in your head, zombie, zombie. Alright, he's close to leveling. She's not that close. And my main one is not that close. Alright. Good. Awesome. It's called the Fifth Eye. Hero of the Hour. Turn the unlikely into reality, and for that you have my thanks. It's like a bar, but it's a bar for people who have psychic ability. They can use their mind. I'm forever in your debt, friend. Forever. For the first time in ages, it feels as though a dark cloud is lifted. You've done wonderful things for us. For the city. They'll never know, but you're a true hero.
Are they talking in mind?
Ooh, no, just talking normally. You acquired a bonded item. These pieces of equipment are powerful Numenera artifacts that go in the bonded equipment slots in the inventory screen. When equipped, they fuse directly to your skeleton, nervous system, or organs, providing significant positive effects. Their invasive nature can also produce negative effects. You can equip up to 2 bonded items at once. If your concentration skill is at novice, both items inflict their negative effects. If trained, you ignore the negative effect from the first item. If specialized, you shrug off all negative effects from bonded items. Skill levels and ability, it's locked until you improve concentration. Okay. We can't believe that we're free at last. Here, take this. You've earned it and more. Okay, Shadow Step. Plus 50% movement speed, plus 2 speed pool, plus 1 damage per effort applied. Max +6 on esoteric attacks. Wow. Set of brown spikes looks like the roots of a plant. A pleasant flowery smell accompanied by a gentle warmth surrounds them. When placed against the user's feet, they take root. I can get that. Driving themselves into the flesh. Once planted, they allow one to move more swiftly as if the spikes give their user a boost with each step.
Nice.
Interesting. Alright. A bonded item, huh? What is my concentration level at? I do have concentration. And I'm trained in it. Alright, so I can put that on without a problem. Yeah, but the -2 might pool I don't think affects me, right, Disculty? Because I have trained concentration, which means that my bonded artifact equipped to the first slot doesn't convey a negative effect. So I think I can wear that without the negative effect, right? Am I reading that properly? See, I don't think that decreases my... Nice. So now I just have faster speed.
If you're sure it's safe.
I like how they move. Are you just making them run?
You won't notice I'm gone.
Oh, run! Actually, he's not running. I think it's in combat that happens. Okay. Nice. Let's see. You've done a great thing. Though none may ever know it, know that I and my friends hold you in high regard. What was that eye in your head? Yeah, that's true, Disculting. The damage is done, I suppose. There's no harm in you knowing now, though I'll thank you to keep my secret. I'm a Malox, a machine mind in a human body. The Maloxan are quiet and friendly for the most part. We want to be left alone like you. And here among my friends I can be like you. I can be useful. But if you don't mind, I'd rather not talk about it much further. It's considered impolite among my people. I like how the first thing you can say after hearing that is, can you tell me about the Maloxan again? I'd rather not talk about it much further. Can you tell me about them again? Like, no. As I've said, we're a private people, and I don't wish to betray the confidence of my kind. Oh, man. Children, if you wish to become a voice actor or an actor-actress, this is how you do it. Gaming. See you, Coyote.
Why
All
don't
right.
you just keep on asking more and more?
I know, they're just like, why? Malox is another word for Cylon. Kill him. The violence, Dizzy. Don't believe Zayev, it's a Dalek. Exterminate. Well met again. Do you have more questions? I don't have questions, but thanks anyway.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, out with it.
Out with what? Every new cast-off gets strange with older cast-offs. If you're not feeling it now, you will. You look at me and you realize that we were all vessels for the same consciousness, and then you start wondering if we share anything else. We're all a bunch of arrogant preeners with delusions of greatness. That might be about it. Let's talk about our siblings. Here it comes. I'm ready for the litany. All you newborns have it. Alright, go. What can you tell me about Mile Avest? Cast-offs needed a place to hide from the sorrow and work on a way to defeat it. The Bloom eats people, so they couldn't hide there. The first and our worthless sire built Mile Avest so they could research in peace. Place became a beacon for our kind, and people started to put up homes inside the shields. After our sister and our father had their falling out and started the endless battle, the rest of them chose sides. For most people, it seems like this is some great existential struggle. Yeah, it's an endless battle. But it's just a family squabble that got out of hand. Anyway, things got bad, the sorrow started making more appearances, and people needed a place to hide, so Mile Avest became neutral ground.
So you're
What
telling
is the
me
sorrow?
there's a battle that never ends?
More or less, yeah.
Oh.
I know little more than you. They might know more in Mile Avest. What I can tell you for sure is that it hates us cast-offs. You're never sure when it'll come. It comes for each of us, like we're calling to it. As for how I avoid the sorrow, well, you ever get the feeling that someone's looking at you? The sorrow's attention is like that, except that it feels like you made an enemy. The creeping paranoia that it's coming for you. Slow urgency mounts, and you start to feel like you need to lash out. But what I do, I run. I leave, and I don't come back. Try to throw off whatever the scent it's picked up. And after a while, the pressure eases, and I can come back again. I don't try to go somewhere safe like Mile Avest. It'll find me eventually. It always finds us. The best we can do is postpone the inevitable. Yes, hon?
It's sort of like where Ged is running away from the shadow.
Yeah, that's true. It is a little bit like that. That's my daughter making a connection to Ged and Wizard of Earthsea, but no big deal. I mean, you know, that's just something you do.
Don't believe Zombie. Come on, believe her.
That's
Or him. Whatever, if it's a he or she.
just making a connection to Wizard of Earthsea.
It looks like,
Like
a
you do.
he, but they call it a she.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a he or she.
I think Zaobi's a she.
Okay.
You'd think people with all the gifts we have would be happier, but we're miserable misfits. Hundreds of us through time, and all bad people. You should meet them. That's why we're going to Mielavist. I'll say this once. You were in the mare. You saw what happened. I wanted to make a difference, and they pissed on my hopes. The conflict between the first and the changing God swallows all our siblings. Thank you, Scaldi. One way or another. I didn't want that. I wanted to make my own way. They didn't like that idea, and here I am. No worse for the lack of their company. We all use each other for our own ends, and sometimes someone always gets broken at the end of it. Even us. Get that straight. You and me, we're both using each other right now. It'll profit us both, but someone's bound to get hurt. I spent my life making sure it wouldn't be me. Not again. Let's talk about the changing guy. He's a greedy, manipulative, domineering fool. Oh, wait. I've already asked about him. Quite the optimist, aren't you? Do you think they're going to get what they want by following the likes of us? Let me put that to rest right now. They see us as avatars. To them, we don't have feelings or ambitions except for those our Creator placed in us. I've had this conversation with them, and they treated every word like a revelation. I wasn't saying anything particular, but in their minds it was all epiphanies. What I'm saying is, I guess, don't trust the people who elevate you. You can't do anything wrong to them until you do, at which point they turn on you. Steer clear of the true believers. Alright, let's ask about something else. What's your story? You were a part of my story. What else did you need to know? How did you become an assassin anyway? A series of regrettable mistakes. Maybe I'll tell you about them someday, but not now. How did Neng lose his eyes? He got himself crosswise with the wrong people and he had an accident. An unforgivable accident. Did you ever see Paj reckon again? Once in Mielavist. Paj didn't even remember Culm village. She didn't remember the people she sacrificed for a pointless, endless war. And she couldn't even understand why I'd care. I'd have had her throat if Idris hadn't held me back. Upheld her precious peace. And then when Paj was gone and I'd calmed down, one of the others asked me what the problem was. He said the villagers would all have been dead in a few decades anyway. I vowed I'd never think like that. But here I am a couple centuries later and people seem to die too fast and too young and I can't let myself care. Immortality is a curse, especially when your companions in eternity are cast-offs. Maybe it would be better if the sorrow had us all. I wanted to talk to you about what happened to you after I left Tosh's body in the mare. I don't know when you left. Tosh wiped my memories and... Wait. No. No, he went off with the first militia. I came back to find him and we had words. I left his burned corpse in a shallow grave and then... I assume the scavengers took it. After that I traveled the world. I went back to Culm to remind myself what humanity does to the strange and different. I realized I had no purpose. I went to Mielavist to see what our brethren were doing. They hadn't changed at all. They told me to gather power. Our Creator made us many things, but most of all he made us mad for strength in all its forms. I scorned their advice, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized the truth. When you're powerful, people can't hurt you, or the ones you love. Might be the power paints a target on those you love. I thought about that, but at least when you have that strength you can fight back. You won't be helpless. So I came to Sagus Cliffs. I started working. One of our brothers hired me, and then he betrayed me. I'd thought he'd help me, but just like Paj, just like the first, just like Tosh, he turned on me. That's when I learned that I can't trust anyone. So I struck back at him, hard. It was then that I decided to make my own organization. That lasted for about a decade. The endless politics inside the group, the recriminations, fighting against other gangs, the inevitable betrayals, I gave up on that and went solo. Eventually I went back to the Bloom and worked for the Memovira. The old one, I mean. Those were good years. I felt like I belonged. There was friction, to be sure, but we were a team. And then my favorite mortal got betrayed, too. You want to know why I was hiding before you found me? It's because I learned that I'm best on my own. If you don't have people, you can't be betrayed. There. You've got your story. Let's not talk about that anymore. Alright, let's see. How you holding up? Do you actually care? Yeah, how you holding up? Do you actually... let's talk about the people we're traveling with. Oh, gossip. How exciting. I bet you have some opinions about Alagern. Dour, self-righteous, carrying the world's grief on his back. He'd have made a good cast-off. I'd kill myself first. See? Tattoos, a tendency towards recreational suicide. All you're missing is the secret handshake. Secret handshake? Oops, I shouldn't have said anything. Let's talk about Rin. Are you touched in the head, or do you just not care about what your failure would do to her? Or maybe I want to be here. Wonderful. Both of you were insane. All right. That's actually not who I was trying to talk to.
Of course we can help. Right, Al?
I was trying to talk to Leto, so I was actually trying to speak to him. The hero of Blight Future returns. The cloud is lifted, friend. Thanks to your help, the strands are more clear than they have been for a long time. Now, what answers do you seek? Okay. And let's talk to Feriok, and then... Yeah, I saw the quest with the recruiter lady, but I don't know that I want to do that, because...
Those cups are pretty cool.
Glad that Malaise is gone. One less poison in the world. Thanks for your help, by the way. Which cups? These things?
Yeah.
Yeah, that rise up, yeah.
All right. Here
Let's
I go.
talk to her.
Whoa. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want a recruiter. Oh, can I? How do I tell her to go to get out of here? It's fun to watch family play games. X5 asks whether it's fun to watch family play games. The response is yes. You can't quite see it, but she's nodding. Also, easy on those chips. We're good on the chips for now. There used to be hummus in this. Used to be hummus. And, now there is none.
I tried to clean it out.
You did. That's actually good. You have to first accept helping her? Okay. Alright, I'll do that. I'll accept helping you and then tell you to go away. I'll help you recruit the
Making a
veterans.
note.
You'll have my gratitude and a generous reward if you can succeed in this, friend. Leto, Feriak, Ziobi, Theobrus, and Dama. He's their leader. It's not letting me... it's not letting me do it. I want to tell her to go...
Why go away? She looks nice. But she's horrible?
Yeah, she wants to recruit people to go back into a fight, and I don't want them to do it. So... What do I don't want to do this quest. Okay, but if this turns out that I'm talking to them and I end up convincing them, I'm not going to be happy. I don't want them going into this war. New return. She thinks you'd be a valuable ally. Okay.
Making a note.
Betrayal looms in your future, cast-off. You'll do battle against yourself, and when you struggle to maintain your sanity, you'll remember the word. That is all. Okay. Yep. Clarion needs your help.
I'll
She's looking
remember
for
that.
warriors to fight the endless battle. No, no way. This bar is my life, and I've done my time. I've got no interest in fighting for people I don't know, for a cause I don't believe in. You go right ahead, but count me out. You know what? Maybe you could convince Clarion to take a recruiter act somewhere else, if you want to, I mean. But really, what she's doing and what she's thinking is pretty offensive.
Whatever.
You guys agree with that too, right? Wonderful.
Let's see. You're not wanted here. The veterans would like you to leave. I have not been wanted in many places, yet somehow I never left except of my own accord. It's a pity I aroused discomfort in them, but perhaps they should examine why they is. Do they fear a new challenge? 85%. Get out. You wouldn't. They have a strict prohibition against physical violence here. They wouldn't let you touch me, would they? She studies your face and shoots a glance at the assembled patrons. They are studiously ignoring the both of you, though you can feel their focus.
I'll remember that.
All right, if that's how they feel, I'll leave. I don't need any trouble. Please Please accept my apologies. Yeah. Get out. Fight your war somewhere else. Yep. Aw, yeah. Let's see. Never thought we'd see the end of that clarion. I appreciate it. More to the point, we all do. The noise she was putting off was fouling the psychic space in here. So thanks, friend. No problem. Let's talk to Leto.
After we got rid of her.
Yes.
Okay.
But baby.
Time to watch Mini-Arv. Okay. He doesn't give me anything, but maybe Ziobi? Maybe Thiboros?
Of course.
Oh man, this happens all the time. Here we go.
Sure.
It's getting stuck is annoying. Got to tell you, it's a real burden off my mind to get the word out of there. Not many people could contain it, so I'm trusting you. Hell's humanity here in the Protectorate is trusting you. Be mindful of your duty. It's a heavy weight, but I think you're up to the task. You and I were part of the same story now, eh? Hope you make yours a good one. Okay.
Fine.
Lovely. So, good. Now I've got to go and rest here because I definitely am low on stuff. So I got to go rest. And then what I want to do is I want to talk to the Order of Truth about helping the crippled foreman and take care of that. And then I got to go to the anechoic lazaret. Continuation with... Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm not going to reload for that. I was annoyed with Clarion from the very beginning. D&D will probably be a couple of weeks, X5. I've got to work that out with them. Honestly, at the moment, my main attention and focus has been on, first of all, getting my novel Renegade, which is in edits, getting it off to the publisher fully edited, which is next week is when it's due by, next Wednesday. And then secondly, getting ready for ArvCon. Those have been the two biggest things for me. So once those are passed, which will basically be Wednesday of next week, then I'm going to be, concentrating on getting all this other stuff cleared away. So I will definitely be doing that. I'm looking forward to it, though. But again, lots of D&D this weekend coming up, by the way, on my channel. Open Legend event on Saturday night, and then a big marathon session of D&D on Sunday. Speak of the devil! A person who will be very involved in ArvCon. Game Crashers, he will be here on Friday. Game Crashers will, on my channel with the Arv Vocalists, my spectacular voice acting crew, doing Sherlock Holmes and the Maltese Falcon. And he will be on D&D with the Infinity Beyond crew on Sunday, so he'll have a big part of that. Yeah, I know, Dragon, I know. Believe me, I'm balancing. It's all a balancing act. That's awesome, man. If you guys aren't already doing so, by the way, GOG, you guys should be following Game Crashers. Rob is a really good guy. He's one of my favorite people on Twitch. He's a very good caster. And you should focus your attention on him. He plays a lot of different games. I love his Skyrim cast. He also plays Prey and stuff like that, so you guys should check him out. Lots of Rob all over Arv's channel. ArvCon is this weekend. Indeed it is, X5. Indeed it is. I'll talk about that at the end of this session again as well. But yes, ArvCon is this weekend to benefit the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. Friday is Tall Heights, phenomenal band that's been on Conan and yeah, they really are good. They are going to be on Friday night. And then later on Friday, we've got the Arv Vocalists doing those 2 radio plays. Saturday, noon Eastern, will be me doing a marathon session of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And then I've got our own Chrono Wolf. I see follows coming in. Thank you, Mr. Larry, over on my channel. So then we've got the Chrono Wolf is doing a musical appearance, and another guy named Jordan Indiana Gonzalez, who's a streamer on Twitch. This is not going to work. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, so then I've got, on Saturday, I've got those 2, and then the Open Legend event. Very excited about the Open Legend event. That is going to have Ryan Shaples from the Hyper RPG channel is going to be GMing this Open Legend event with Brian Feister, who created Open Legend. It's the first time he and Ryan are actually playing together. So that's going to be really cool. Obviously, I will be playing. There will also be Erika Ishii, who's an actor on Geek and Sundry and also voice actor. Daniel Radford, who's a comedian, is going to be on there. Also, Stephen Lumpkin, you guys might know him as Silent Osiris. He's on Twitch, so he's going to be on there as well. So we've got a whole set of people that are going to be on doing this, which I'm excited to have on there. And then Sunday is going to be D&D with the Infinity Beyond crew with all of us for a marathon session, 12 to 8 of D&D. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Caravanserai, which is right up there.
Let's do it.
Daniel Radcliffe. Hey, what's up, Trendane? Speaking of someone who will be also very involved in both the Vocalists and, of course, Infinity and Beyond and D&D, so Tren will be there as well. Voice actor extraordinaire, along with Rob. Yes, and Spurious, Daniel Radcliffe will also be showing up. Also, Ian McKellen. Also performing in D&D will be Sir Patrick Stewart. And Meryl Streep. These are all true statements. None of these is false. All of these things are true facts. A lot of people. No, but we're gonna find out. I think that might be the place where I'm gonna
Learning
rest.
begets doing.
Emma
Or is it
Watson.
the other way?
Yeah, she'll be making an appearance. Just a cameo, though. Discount. The two orphans watch you approach, unmoving. Tell the orphans about the foreman in the underbelly. You sketch an approximation of the city's manufactory, including rough depictions of the foremen, careful to indicate how they tower over the human workers. Then you draw a line, connecting them to the orphan symbol for machine intelligences. Their cutouts will be making appearances, exactly. Sen is the secret power behind the ARV. She is the Lobot of this ARVcast. True. And as we know, Lobot is the power of Star Wars. Lobot and one of the Trade Federation guys are the secret powers behind the throne. Ah, thanks, X5. Who was the real master? Then you draw a line. There'll be this moment, right, Rob, where I'm going to be like, and then Senevine, and her eyes will be like this. In the tower. Then you draw a line connecting. And silver orphans watch you intently until your drawing is complete. They turn to stare at each other. Then the one on the right reaches inside itself, its silver hand merging seamlessly with the glittering metal of its torso. An instant later, its hand is whole again and holding an object of peculiar construction. It drops the item into your hand. Payment, you assume. Glorious, we thank you. Take reward for service. 15 energy damage to all characters in range. Nice. Let's talk about Sylph. Draw a crude approximation of Sylph next to the orphan's image, still visible in the dust. It might be your imagination, but when you finish the drawing, the orphan said, please. The orphan on the right reaches inside itself again, drawing out another object that drops into your waiting hands. Stillness cage. When a living animal is placed inside this cage, the device automatically activates, putting the creature into stasis. Theoretically, it could preserve a living being immediately, though the cage's size limits this to very small creatures. Cage is inactive and you don't have the means to reactivate it. How about Ziobi? You draw the sign of the fifth eye and a crude approximation of Ziobi. Then you draw a line linking it with the orphan's original drawing of machine intelligences. This time, the orphan on the left reaches inside itself, pulling out an object and dropping it into your hands. Imprisoned Pulsar. Inflicts 23 damage on target enemy. Nice. I'll let you know. Outstanding. Alright. So that's an oddity. Okay, cool. Alright, so, Discalti, you said somewhere in here is a place where I can rest? Oh yeah, there it is, Tranquility, yeah. Never mind.
Alright.
Never mind. Everybody ready for the weekend. There you go, that's exactly it. We're actually kind of a hive mind, Izzy. I'd like a room for the night. 20 shins. Let's do it. That's expensive, man. 80
What
shins is expensive.
that?
But
That
I
feels
need a
great.
lot of healing to do. Woo! 17 intellect. Look at that. Now I'm restored. Yeah, but it's per person. So 20 times 4, right? 20, 40, 60.
Expensive.
Sure is.
Too much. It's just one night. How about like 20 for all of them?
That makes sense. I agree with you. Exactly, Dizzy. I got kids. I can do the reading and they'll take care of it. Kids, try this. All right, Dad. Let's improve skill, and I'll tell you why I should do that. What? Endurance. It's 5 per level. I'm gonna do that actually. Oh wait, that was the wrong guy. It was Aligarn. Okay, wait.
What's it like killing for shit?
I'm gonna reload.
Why?
Because I forgot that wasn't my main person who was... I messed that up. Oh, really? Did I already get this stuff? Okay, I did. Good. Lovely. Alright, let's try that again.
Don't push me.
Here we go. So... Okay.
All right.
There we go.
I'm ready.
Dad, I'm up on as soon as we stop.
Oh, all the characters? Yeah.
On my way.
Yeah, I do need to rest. I'm going to do that right now. Wait, I went the wrong way. Darn it. It was the wrong way.
Best.
Went the wrong way. That was your poor attempt to put Xena's war cry into words. I didn't know if it was that or you were reacting to something in the game and you're like, ah. Okay. This is where I need to go. I forgot it was in the same place. I don't practice Santeria. I don't have no crystal ball. Had $1 million, but I had it all. And I really wanna know, my baby. What I really wanna say is I got my...
Done.
Believe me when I say that I got something for you. Something I can't talk about because I have my daughter here. And I really want to say... No, it's okay. Alrighty. So, that takes care of that. So now, I want to help the crippled foreman. My teenage years. I know, man, I know. Oh, man, sublime. Okay. Let's see. So, Order of Truth. So I want to go to the Order of Truth and continue with Foreman's Brood here. So, Order of Truth, which I don't remember exactly where that is, actually. It might be in Government School.
All right.
That, exactly. There you go. There you go, Rob. You got it. Who is...
There's this one in the back.
Who's always behind the others?
He's always in
Yeah. By the way, for those of you who are new to the stream, welcome. My name is Arvin Eleron. I am your host for Pen and Pixels, which we do on this channel every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm doing my playthrough of Torment. Next game on the docket is going to be Star Trek Judgment Rights, which will be an interesting full circle because I started streaming over GOG with a Star Trek game. And I think that's all. If you haven't already done so, please consider following the channel. Please subscribe to the channel and get some awesome emotes from that. And please check out our individual channels as well. Again, I have a big charity event to benefit cancer research, the Damien Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, starting on Friday. So definitely mark your calendars and stop by for that if you can, because it's important. And that is the game. Thank you, X5. You're feeling even more inadequate since you can't sing. Yes, but you know what you can do, Tren? You can do a really low voice like this. Bow, bow. Good times, good times.
All right.
No bow! What do you do here again? Trying to talk about mechanical Numenera. One of the foremen is trying to create offspring, and I was told the Order of Truth could help. Not the master foreman, I hope. One of him, it, is more than enough. It sounds like something that would interest Snarf quite a bit. Snarf? Snarf? Oh my gosh. It's a Thundercats thing. One of the creatures of the Thundercats was called Snarf. So he says Snurf. Snarf? Trent can do a mean druid. Stop. Oh, dude, Gray's voice? This is the way, every time I listen to Gray, old gamer, this is what it reminds me of. It's 4:45 in the AM. You're listening to Perspectives. I want to welcome everybody to Late Night Radio. Have you ever thought to yourself that I just don't have enough black tablecloths? Well, perhaps you should stop by Home Depot and see what you can do to get yourself some more black tablecloths. They come in all sizes and all shapes, and most importantly, you can always bet on black. I'm Gray Old Gamer, and this is my commercial.
Bet on black. Bet on black. Perfect.
Bet on, but always bet on black. Okay.
Bet on jet black.
When you head back to the underbelly, tell Master Artisan I said hello.
Okay.
Silverhawks. Oh, it's... Yeah, the only way I'm going to fix this probably is by rebooting the computer, which I'm not going to do now, so I will just deactivate and reactivate it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't know why it's doing that. It's getting out of sync with the video is getting out of sync with the audio, and I don't know why. And it's annoying me a lot. Okay. So. You might commission to do a whole radio station for me to City Skylines. Radio station, City Skylines. Welcome to the city that never sleeps.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, DeRoyne? How you doing, man? Okay, count stage. Here's Snurf.
We should play that game. Hey, my old buddy. Why don't you look like a cat? I don't know why. It's fine.
Exactly. Welcome back, fellow sentient. May I assist you with something? One of the foremen is trying to transfer energy into its children, but they keep dying. Do you think you can help?
Making a note.
Absolutely. I must regretfully ask for a small payment of 50 shins to cover my expenses, however.
What?
I'm a guest here and not a neon priest. The city does not fund my research. I got plenty of money here, have it. Excellent. Now let me ask you, like, 1,200 now? I had 1,300. Now let me ask you a few questions about the situation. Do try to be accurate, or the device I craft will be less effective. First of all, as you know, this is an unusual case. Machine intelligences are rarely driven to create offspring. Why does the foreman wish to have children? I have no idea. I'll simply write unknown reasons. On to the second question. Has it had any success in transferring its energy? How long does it take the children to expire? Almost immediately. Intriguing. Final question. How are the foreman's intelligences stored? Void arrays, shielded ring coils, or some other method? By some other method, the foremen are extremely old. Ah yes, the blessing and curse of Numenera. So unique, and therefore so incredibly difficult to study properly, so classify them as they deserve. I should do my best regardless. Just grab Roller Coaster Tycoon the sale. Wait, what? Who? What? Where? What is this now? Mostly fine? What do you mean? One of them's thick, 4-6 weeks for the swelling to go back. What? What are we talking about? Are you okay, DeRoyne? Hey, Rita, I shall get to work. It should not take long.
What happened to him?
Here you are. In short, there's nothing wrong with the foreman's body and it wants to have children. Therefore, something in the intelligence's governing spirit, the sub-intelligence, if you will, must be blocking the energy transfer. Attaching this device to the foreman should disable the sub-intelligence's defenses. Good luck.
Where's this machine?
Heavy metallic cylinder bristling with tubes and wires. Warm, smoky light pulses from within. It appears to be an energy transfer device tuned for a very specific purpose. E's down below. We're going to go there now. You had 2 swollen lymph nodes 2 weeks ago. Egg big infected. Full blood test. The test resulted in nothing. Oh, wow. Okay, well, listen. As I'm sure you know, it's better that it was nothing, right? I mean, obviously. Jeez, that's scary, man. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, just one of the viewers had not been feeling well. Wow, I'm glad. All right, well, I'm glad to hear, you know, that you're just sort of, that you're able to kind of you're kind of able to call, get well, man, because that's scary stuff.
Ready.
Tell you what. I did tell you. I'm gonna go right down there now.
Course.
Let's climb down. This leads right down to the chamber. Yeah, for sure, DeRoy. No, there's a place right down below. You'll see. Yep. Watch. See? That's the guy.
All right.
You have brought a device from the Order of Truth. What is its purpose? It should bypass the part of you that is preventing you from creating offspring. Very well. I am ready. Your assistant Tarnish doesn't want you to die. If you're gone, he'll have no one. Can't you find some other way to have children?
Updated my journal.
He has served me more than well, and he is not young. Perhaps I will wait, run more tests. I have nothing but time.
All right.
You have returned. What do you wish to discuss? What will you do now that you've decided to live on? Study the deaths of my children so that I will not fail in the future. Count the minutes until I can try again. Alright. So I saved him. Ended up not using that device.
What happened to him?
Well, see, he wanted to transfer his energy into his children, but it would have killed him. And this guy, his assistant, doesn't want him to die, so I convinced him not to try to find another way.
Yeah, but what about his kids?
Well, he has to figure out how to make it so that his kids survive. Thank you for convincing my master not to go through with it. He won't let this go, of course, and maybe there ain't a way to give his children life without killing them. But maybe this will keep him from doing it until long after I'm gone. Exactly. Okay. Now, the Sorrow's Prey. I have to work on that eventually. The Anechoic Lazaret. The Reef of Fallen Worlds. Okay, I need to check that out. So next is the Anechoic Lazaret, and then this thing, I don't know what I'm going to do about the airship thief, because I need to find someone who owes me a favor. Just go get the air thief. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Talking about?
I appreciate that. I wouldn't have known.
All right.
If you watch your father play games so fun as your father's an accomplished author, it's time to ask the quill to write your own little fan fiction. Oh, my daughter writes. My daughter has written some stuff.
I really lots of stories.
That is a common problem that we all need to work on.
I have,
Aren't doing the that's learning.
except for
Yes.
some, because I finished them. But that's not.
Yeah. So she has to work on finishing some of them, but that's a issue that many authors, including many older ones, have. So she's reading a lot, which is important, obviously.
Reading is awesome.
What's it like killing for shins,
I
Makina?
love new books.
More profitable
I have
than
like a
doing
whole
it for
shelf.
free.
That's
Every time
not
go
what
down
I
my
meant.
book, I'll get two
I
books,
know what you meant.
And then all of a sudden I
That's
have a
still
stack of books.
offensive.
It's like crazy.
It's definitely very true. What? I just poured some water, and you're like, "Can I have some water?"
Yeah.
Just poured it.
Because I was waiting until.
Yes.
Oh, is that what it was? You were
Now.
waiting for me. I see. Okay. All right. So I'm going back to the reef of whatchamacallit.
Wow, that'll be a long way.
Of course. On my way.
Whoa, what is that?
This thing? Oh, they captured it, and it wants to get out, and if it gets out, it's probably bad. I don't know. I forget what they call it.
All right.
But it's I wouldn't want to keep it trapped. It's good some of our younglings today read books, actual books. Well, yeah. And actually, a lot of kids do.
Right.
You know, the one industry that has never, in publishing, that's never had trouble with print copies is for kids. Children's books do very well in physical editions.
Yes.
Well, books for children, not necessarily by children, but having said that. Alright, where's this anechoic? There it is, okay.
Yeah,
Need to
that's
go to the
something I could
anechoic
do.
lazaret. Looks like just weird little, they're like,
All right.
cones have not stopped whirling around each other. Perhaps they never will. Childlike laughter is their only response.
Fine.
A book by a child for children. Yeah, I mean, there's been some of that. Cable connects this spout to the collection device. Device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it to the nearby spout. Strange lines of rippling forms of sunken buildings are dramatically different from the architecture of the waterline.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get inside this anechoic lazaret. Hold the metallic eye near the open aperture. The waving strands whip out, wrapping themselves around the eye. For a moment, the eye comes to life, buzzing and whispering, getting warmer in your hand. The synth fibers make soft, fluttery sounds in return. After a moment, they withdraw. The door slides open, and you step into the chamber beyond. Yep, it's kind of a cool world. Whoa, what? The corpses of Murdens, hunched bird-like abhumans, litter the floor. Their wounds are fresh, left by blade and beam. The air smells of rust. Quoro awaits you on the other end of the room with a hireling. He's clutching his bandaged side with a shaking hand. Even now he manages a cocky grin. Took you long enough. We made a slight miscalculation in assuming the Murdens here were the architects of Salamari's troubles. This is the only problem with playing this game once a week, where you leave something. I have no memory whatsoever of what was going on with this or why I was doing it. After we punished them for trespassing, we descended to the next level to look for stragglers. But instead, we found what drove the Murdens up here. Heavily armed and hostile drones. As you can see, we had a rough time of it. We left 2 dead down there. I should have been more careful. Can I help with those wounds? These are nothing I can't treat myself. Now, if you're still inclined on reclaiming this place for Salamari, the drones are still down there. I believe they're infecting the systems with their minds, and they will defend their territory without mercy. Believe me. Good luck. Metal panels and parts have been torn from the walls if someone is trying to rip their way out to no avail. Like little things all over the place. Alright. Nice. 16 shins.
Yes.
What's this thing?
Now.
Whoa. Chromed pillar descends as you approach, exposing a long shaft ringed with snaking cables. Dim light filters up from below. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet.
Fine.
This Murden has been dead for at least a day or 2. Lower portion of its body it's missing. Its midsection has been torn open. We get the vivisector inside. Burn marks speckle the creature's foul, leathery robes. Lifting these carefully aside, you see the unhealed wounds beneath. The Murden was probably killed by beam weapons, and none of the other Murdens were carrying any. Okay, so someone else killed them. This does not account for the other damage to the corpse. Flesh was torn from the creature in long strips. Since the Murden was trapped in this antechamber with its fellows, you can guess what happened next. Killed by beam weapons and by its companions. Okay.
On it.
More shins. And shins and a gravity bomb.
These ciphers are killing me.
Okay, too much with those ciphers.
I knew it was a girl. Hurry up, because you're the last one. I always see you last, running behind.
The girl is always last. Okay. That takes care of
Hurry
that.
up to the front too.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's right. I vaguely remember that difficulty, but man, I barely... There's a lot to
Right.
do in this game, so I didn't really remember. She could write one about how much Harv hates raisins. Yeah. She could sign the pledge on that. She knows the deal. She does not hate raisins in the same way. construct floats up to bar your path. Blood speckles its rich surface. Halt, Fleshwalker! Quake in the boundless shadow of peerless immortal intelligence of a lost age. Cower before me and you may be spared. Give the construct a deep, noble bow. You serious, kid? In the construct. Enough of these pleasantries. Leave or my drones and I will smash your bones and burn smoking holes in your fatty innards. What did you call me? Fleshwalker. You are made of decaying meat and hardened calcium. You squish and click when you move. It is disgusting. Mention the other drones. What can you tell me about them? They are my hands, extensions of my indestructible will, reflections of my brilliance. So the drones are copies of you? Not exact copies. Perfection cannot be so easily replicated, but you are essentially correct, Fleshwalker. What are you doing down here? Great work worthy of an immortal being, and even that is more than you deserve to know. Tell me anything else? No, it is beyond your meat-bound understanding.
I'll remember that.
Let's do it.
What? No, 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 no. I want to do that in a different way. Okay, so if I don't leave, they start attacking, so. Out, Fleshwalker.
That's something I could do.
What?
Yes. Now.
Man, I don't know whether...
Yeah, that's something I could do.
Control terminals, that's what I need. Loot, loot, loot. I wonder if... Over here. Always try to hide.
Doing it now.
These are drones that are took over the system.
By the Black Three.
Alright, I may do that, Disculty. I want to see where these control terminals are first.
Let me get out from between here.
And bravely is the word. Bravely is definitely the word. Looks like it might be.
Terrible.
Looks so.
All right.
It's not helpful. That's just some, like, money, basically, which is not what I needed right now.
All right, here I go.
Yeah, you're inferior fleshy throats to peerless.
This isn't right.
Alright, so,
What was that?
as usual, allegory.
Terrible. Done.
They're just floating.
This
I
is
don't know about that. More like wings or something. Oh.
I feel like I've been rolled in dung.
Good gravy.
You're right where I want you.
Right when you want to, I suppose.
One moment, and it's done.
I need to shake this.
That's my main guy. Did I fail just then? No, okay, good. I was like, what is taking so long? Alright.
All right, here I go.
Yeah. A cloud of sparkling motes flit around this column. As you approach, some swirl around your head and fly into your ear. A melodic voice, intercut with harsh static, speaks inside your eardrum. At first you can't understand the language, but after a few words the sounds morph into truth, and haughty truth at that. Wonderful, simply grand. The creature is absolutely everywhere. Silence! I will consume you and then mash the fleshwalkers into repulsive lumps of pasty meat. Alright, let's purge this and let's not miss. A pulsing wave pattern on one segment of the pillar catches your attention and you place a hand on it. A sing-song voice. What's up, Tilted Gaming? Tilted Gaming, you are the artist formerly known as Duty Calls, right? Sing-song voice intones a series of musical notes, distant and haunting. You find yourself humming the next steps in the scale. The red light flushes them calm, and the other voice shouts, "Finally! Thank you for ridding me of that disgusting plague." Well, welcome, man. Duty Calls is a good guy, so... Nope, that's right. -2 control terminals remaining. Let's get there. It is nice.
Doing it now.
I just happened to see you go live, and I was like, who is this
Get
person?
off me. You're right where I want you.
Really? Terminal, let's see. Where? Oh. Yeah, interesting. Yep. Let's see. Alright, last cast stuff is here. That's what I need to get.
Yes.
See, that's the speed that I have because of that thing that I got from the guy. Yep, sure is. Get ready to be used.
Of course we can help. Right, all?
On the next steps. Healing service. Okay, that didn't help me, so I need to get... Let's see. Get her out there.
Let's go, all. You and me.
Ah, I see, I see. So this was created. Okay.
All right.
Because I got to get to these other control pillars. Ow.
Oh wait, I thought you were doing that. I thought you. Why would he do that?
No, I sent the person right next to it. lot of these peerless ones. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, well, this part, yeah. Torment is really interesting. Ow.
You're right where I want you.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine
They're like, we're tired of dealing with this. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, run, 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 run.
What's going on? What just happened?
Okay.
Yes. Now.
All right. Oh. If it's not too much to ask, please initiate a containment procedure. It is too much to ask. I am peerless and I will not be bound. All right, I need another action, but then I'll be able to activate that. Okay, as for you, Rin. No, I just need you to get... Yeah, basically I need you to run.
You think that's best?
Okay.
Doing it now.
Running. Okay. Okay, so if all goes well, if they can survive this turn, I should be able to get this covered. There are a lot of drones for sure. We're not. I'm trying to deactivate them by doing this stuff. Deactivate means shut them down. Basically, keep them from functioning. Yeah, right now they are. They're.
I think I need to lie down.
Yep, exactly. Right. Yeah, I don't care if I missed. I just wanted to get out of those areas. Come on, Alligern.
I think I need to lie down.
Yeah, or they're friendly. Yeah, or they're not hostile anymore. Okay, let's activate a purge. Means opposed to you. Okay, delightful. The peerless intelligence was thoroughly cleansed from all my drones. Okay, so see, these guys are good. Yeah, that's a good call, actually. Lovely to see you again. Would you care for bodily refreshment? All our power is the proper tone. I can't do it yet. I'll do it next turn. Okay.
Oh, I see. The drones get nice when
That's a lot better.
Okay, that's healed. Ow. Ow.
It's a plan.
Ah. Initiating infectious intelligence containment. I am peerless. You are not. There is no greater offense. Almost. Almost, chat. We almost got it. It's not doing any damage to her, though. At least not in health pool, yeah. Might be doing like other kind of damage to some of her other abilities. Okay.
Fine.
Interact. Activate a purge. Okay.
I'm ready to
Peerless
move on.
intelligence atomized and erased. All minds within this circuit have been returned to their default personalities. Thank you. I'm feeling much refreshed. If you'd like a palliative harmony, simply provide the activation tone. Yes, I would. Healed. A chorus of warm tones reverberates from within the column, accompanied by a ripple of light. The sound vibrates through you and you feel rejuvenated. Success. All right.
All right.
Look, you're all nice.
All right.
Come on, buddies.
All right, Ren. You can do this.
On the next step in the scales, you're healed. Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Just about. Well, my energies are far too drained to assist you. Please return in approximately 13 lunar cycles. All right, that's no problem.
And how many lose?
13. That's okay. All right, we're going to get healed. We're going to loot this place, and then we're getting out. And then that will wrap it up for the evening.
Hey, buddies. How's it going, buddies?
Yep, they're all happy now. I knew that was better than trying to fight all of them.
My head doesn't hurt as much anymore. It still hurts, though.
All right. 39 out of 39, 19 out of 19, 27 out of 27. Lovely. All right, and we get her leveled up. I knew that was going to be the way to do it. Actually, they weren't doing a lot of damage, which is,
Fantastic.
yeah.
You just looked bad, but they weren't bad at all.
Bonus to movement distance on each crisis. I like that idea quite a bit. Okay. Lovely. All right.
Let's go.
Now let's loot this place. 20 shins.
Sure.
I can't. Doesn't give me an option to talk to them.
Fine.
The drones are just part of the computer anyway that I was talking to back there, so. Okay.
Fine. Yes. Now.
Alright. A chromavulum. Short loop of elastic material running through one of its 7 legs. Okay. Alright.
Of course we can help. Right, Al?
Just looting more stuff. This is all for the greater good, honey. I take all of these things.
Doing that's learning. I guess.
Yes.
That one up there. Yeah. And that might have been the problem.
Yeah.
That might have been what caused all the drones to go nuts, but we'll see. Because it maybe shorted something out. It looks like it's got electricity around it.
Yes.
Antagonist. Completely ordinary. No amount of close inspection reveals anything that stands out or any signs that this is anything more than it appears. Yet at any sign of mirth near the antagonist, the stone ball will start howling in an ever-increasing intensity until it completely drowns out the laughter. Exactly. Alright, that's all looted. So I think we're just about looted. Alright, so it's just down here then.
Learning begets doing. Or is it the other way?
Alright, I'm gonna go in there.
I'll handle it.
Burden's entrails speckle the floor underneath it. Both bird-like eyes have been plucked from this creature. Aqueous humor splattered back to its face. The remains of this creature's feathers are charred to the root. Looks like a child's drawing as it scraped out and blood around this Murden. A succession of ragged holes run a straight line from the forehead down to its groin.
I'm ready.
Move here, shins. Alright, and last but certainly not least. Loops of wires and cables connect this drone to the surrounding machinery. It's a good bet that this particular construct is the source of the problems in Anechoic Lazaret. See? Come no closer, Freshwalker. I am Peerless the Eternal, Peerless the Mighty, Peerless the Wise. We're gonna disable this.
Making a note.
No, take your...
Yes.
Take your... Okay. Now I can return to Salamari. Alright. Done.
Sure.
Nope.
Go.
Just says crackle. Alright. So let's get back, turn in this thing to Salamari, and then we'll be out. Take your... I like it. That's funny, Dizzy. Take you. Alright, awesome. So, let's get out of here.
All right.
Take your... Alright. Well, you made it back. I expect murderous drones were no match for you. Not at all. I expected more of a challenge after what... Let's see, I barely beat them. How did you... I expected more of a challenge after what they did to you. No, but I'm far more fragile and mortal than you. I depend on luck and dead friends, it seems. Never mind that. I have a favor to ask. Tell Salamari I helped you. I did, after all. Those Murdens would have attacked you. I killed them first. We even destroyed a few of the drones before we fled. She wants to dismiss me. Help me change her mind and I'll tell you something I know about the Order of Truth. That's fine.
Making a note.
I'll tell her you helped. Excellent. I'll hold you to that. Now the secret is promised. Lan Uring. The boy is a spry for the Memovira. I'm not sure why. He loves the Order well enough. I was going to blackmail him, but priorities change, I suppose. I'll see you back at the Order Falling Star. Okay. Okay, wonderful.
Of course.
Alright, so let's get back to the Order of Truth, turn this in, and then that's going to be that. I'm going a couple of minutes over, folks, because no one is after me tonight. The next one is going to be tomorrow, which is Miss Psyche with Neverwinter Nights, which is a very fun game.
One moment, and it's done.
Whoa.
I'm going.
What is this thing? Okay.
Sure.
What those things are? Yeah, I don't even know. 13 hours to go. Yeah. Yeah, 13 hours. I'll just keep streaming. That's certainly a great idea. Not at all. Yeah, how about 5 minutes?
How did you fall into the criminal life, Matkina?
One step at a time, Alligern.
What is this?
Just
Okay.
like everyone else. Intentions
Rin, you're
don't
safe.
mean skist.
Hello, rude boy. We met outside of town. We started arguing. He helped me, but then he left. Right before that woman stole me. Slavers? Tell me they didn't. They did. I told you what would happen if you brought them to me, didn't I? But I didn't bring them. I told you I wouldn't do that. I was mad, but I wouldn't. I didn't. She traded fair. I was just mad, but I left and forgot. Nothing more. I think he's telling the truth, Rin. He doesn't seem the type to sell out a friend. Well, I still don't know if I can trust him. He's a very rude boy. Look, you hide it well, but I can tell you're new here. I ain't trying to offend you, but I don't like leaving folk new to Sagus on their own. If you have questions about the city, or Circus Minor in particular, I'll answer them free of charge. Of course, it looks like you already have a guide, although you might be better listening to someone with taste, or anyone else who doesn't think living in the underbelly is a good idea. A little extra advice never hurt anyone, and not everyone likes sleeping under the stars. Or fresh air, or self-respect. Anyway, what do you want to know? Some more question about the city. I've already talked about all this.
On my way.
What waterway? No, it doesn't let you get on there. That's true. No time. I don't know. It's some kind of energy field that holds it in place. I did not hit her. I did not. Okay. So we're going up here. We're going to pick up the... we're going to report back to Salamari here. Alrighty. Here. Creatures, I forget or what. Oh, I'm not talking to you. Okay, I am trying to go
Yes.
to here, the Order of Truth. If we can do this, we'll have done a lot of quests today. A lot of side quests. We'll have made some very good progress on here. A lot of side quests. Okay. Salamari.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Ah, there you are. The Eye of the Malaks, please. Was he of any use to you? Yes, he was. Very well. Kyoro, you can stay. Do try to limit your failures in the future to matters I care less about. With that out of the way, here's a reward for your considerable effort. Thank you. The two characters wearing these matching rings share all fetals and 25% of stats healed. Wow. Lupa metal is constructed from a short band that splits in branches, threads twisting and bending in upon themselves before seamlessly reforming at the other end. The coils are maddeningly knotted, making it impossible to trace a complete path, yet at the same time a pattern waits to be revealed just beyond the edge of comprehension. Of the handful unearthed through the ages, these rings were once dismissed as mere trinkets until an unnamed collector discovered twins purely by chance. It is said that the man wore one of the matched set and gifted his lover with the other. During one particular amorous encounter, both were astounded by their shared sensations and an oddly heightened sense of awareness. When the couple identified the rings as the source of this connection, further use showed they mutually experienced every physical pain, pleasure, and sickness felt by either. This effect disappeared when they wore an unmatched pair of bands. Rings of entanglement are valued by many, including hedonists, thrill-seekers, the infirm, and even kidnappers who warn that any violence done to them will also harm their victims. The rings are now thought to exist only as unique pairs and are highly sought after. Nice. By the way, I managed to save a few of the drones in the Lazaret from Peerless. Lower your voice. Astonishing. Your predecessor couldn't have done better. A small bonus. Keep what you've learned in there to yourself until my book is finished. You've seen this ring fragment before. It is known as Arif, or Power Taken, and it's one half of the artifact known as the Shadow Ring. You recall that this artifact belonged to a cast-off, though their identity escapes you. You remember only that the... That is pretty cool. I like that, yeah. Huh? Outside, yeah, out in the hall. The Changing Gun himself sundered this ring at the height of a cold rage and infused each half with mutually repellent energies. They've been separated from each other ever since. The Changing God went through immense trouble to separate these two rings. It must be possible to reunite them. It's going to be useful. Solve your problem. I need help fixing the Renaissance Chamber. This ring, but it's only one half of it. I don't know. Somewhere in the world, I guess. Well, I remember what Adon told me. The chamber was built with living crystals from a world called the Ascension. Your predecessor was remarkably resistant to telling me what it was for, regardless of the interrogation methods I employed. At least the interrogations were exciting. He only said that it would stop the sorrow and that none of the cast-offs could know about it, which seemed odd to me at the time. Escaping the sorrow would be in all of your best interests, I would think. Seek out the cast-off who helped him build it, that surly artificer whose name escapes me at the moment. Mazov. That's Mazov. That's right. The one with machines buzzing away in his body and circuits embedded in his flesh. Speak to Adon's little cult in Circus Minor if you haven't already. They always seem to know who your brothers and sisters are. Perhaps I'll see you again. Perhaps you will. Alright. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Alright, look at that, guys. We're down to just 4 quests. Ashen Imitation, which I'll have to work on. Airship Thief. And, the Sorrow's Prey. I need to find something, and I haven't got... So that's good. And I even got a level up. Does not trust the Ashen. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, this is the one where I was thinking about concentration. Oh, no, Amnesis is really useful, too. I'm going to say amnesis because, or anamnesis. 15% bonus per level on difficult tasks.
222 experience? You guys have a lot.
Mm-hmm. See, with that or concentration, but I'm going to do with that.
I've learned something new.
I've learned something new. Okay. Lovely. So when we get started next time, we'll be back into the Builder's Trail. And how are we doing on? How are we doing on this? Tier 2. Okay, so Rin is pretty close to leveling. Met kinda has a way to go. Aligurn is over halfway, and obviously, I just started. Okay.
Go.
Let's get out of here. Yeah. That's a good call, Discalti. I will do that. I actually have a note to that effect here that I will do so after the stream has come to a close.
Sure.
So we'll go up here.
You bet.
Lovely. Save. And continue. Overwrite. Exit desktop. Okay. Okay. Lovely. All right, everybody. So this was fun, as I see that I'm out of sync again. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So, but thanks everybody. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves as much as I did. It was a good time. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to fix the webcam situation. Thank you very much as always. Good night from Greece. I didn't know you were in Greece, Mr. Alaric. I've been to Greece before. X5 waves in Greece, Little Larva, final time. So thanks guys so much. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. Lot of progress on Torment, actually. I was very happy with today's sessions. That was good. I will be back at you folks myself on this channel in about a week, next Tuesday, in exactly a week. Next Tuesday, I'll be back on with another session of Torment on Pen and Pixels. And then before that, of course, we have, again, ArvCon. And again, just as a reminder, that is happening on my channel. It is to support the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. We have a radio play event with our vocalist, my voice team, musical guest, a special Open Legend event with a bunch of celebrities, marathon D&D session with the Infinity and Beyond crew, which is my usual campaign on my channel, plus giveaways, sponsored by 3 Pound Games, Harebrained Schemes, Open Legend, Tin Man Games, and the Ed Greenwood Group. So that's happening this Friday starting at about 7 o'clock Eastern. So please mark your calendars, and thank you guys so much because it's going to be great. Trendane sends rig barks to you, he says. Sends rig barks. You know, rig for Mickers. But yes, so please stop by if you possibly can. Again, follow the channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you can, to GOG, because you get a lot of cool emotes from it. And please check us out all individually as well. Please check us out all individually as well. And I will see all of you. I'll see all of you wonderful people soon. Next up will be tomorrow morning. Miss Psyche will be playing Neverwinter Nights on the Miss Psyche show. So make sure to do that. So thanks everybody. You guys are the best. And Arv's voice has a team. Exactly right. And I'll catch all of you wonderful people very soon. Thanks so much. Bye everyone.